Good morning, good evening, good night. My name is Tristan, and welcome to Tristan's headquarters. First of all, Happy New Year. This is the first full-length video I have for the year, so thank you to all who have watched me and supported me since I started. And today, we are gonna be reviewing Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Now, I got into the FNAF franchise in 2023 when the first movie came out, and I wasn't really that into my faith yet, but after seeing some Christian perspectives of it both positive and negative, my view of the franchise is that it's a pretty good franchise and has some themes that could be discussed from a Christian perspective. And that's actually pretty interesting considering that the creator of the franchise, Scott Cawthon, is a Christian. And while I don't think he meant to put in Christian themes in the game like how C.S. Lewis put Christian themes into Narnia, I do think that him being a follower of Christ may have implemented on his work, because otherwise videos talk about FNAF wouldn't even exist. So we're going to find out in this video if Christians should watch Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and I guess this could also be a question to if you could watch your first movie or play the games. Oh, and also, I drew this here because I don't have a FNAF merch, so I drew this for the video, so yeah, I hope you guys like it. So, first of all, let us read the plot. 1 year has passed since the supernatural nightmare at Freddy's Fazbear's Pizza. Former security guard Mike has kept the truth from his 11-year-old sister Abby concerning the fate of her animatronic friends. When Abby sneaks out to reconnect with Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy, she sets motion into a terrifying series of events that reveal dark secrets about the true origin of Freddy's. Yeah, so that's basically the summary. Now, also, spoiler alert, if you watch the movie, I'm gonna be talking about what happened in the movie, how it started, to the middle, to the end. And also, let's say congratulations to most of the cast here. Pretty good cast. You have McKenna Grace, who played a girl named Lisa. Unfortunately, she got killed off. We have Skeet Ultridge playing Henry and Emily. Elizabeth Leal as Vanessa. Piper Rubio, Abby. I have to say, a very young actor, but pretty good. Megan Fox with the voice of Chica. Josh Hutcherson for Mike Schmidt. And of course, William Afton, played by Matthew Lillard. And of course, spoiler alert again, Freddy Carter as Michael Afton. So yeah, those are pretty good casting choices. So basically the movie takes place like either 1 or 2 years after the first movie, and basically Abby is the whole town knows about what happened in the first movie. Some people believe it, some people think they're crazy, and Abby wants to reconnect with her friends. I mean, yeah. So then Abby sneaks off and off to the pizzeria after she gets some toy Freddy thing, and then this is it here. This is the toy Freddy thing. So after that, she goes into the another pizzeria with the toy animatronics, and she makes the toy animatronics. But what she doesn't know is that the toy animatronics are not her friends from the first movie. They're not the kids that were murdered. No, they are controlled by the marionette, aka Charlotte Emily, who was another child, aka the first child killed by William Afton. Yeah, so the 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 so while while Marionette does that, she uses Abby to let the animatronics escape and try to kill all the parents in town because the puppet the Marionette believes that parents are to blame for her death, and it's up to Mike and Vanessa to stop the animatronics and rescue Abby. And in the end, it's revealed that the Michael Afton is helping the antagonist in the film. So if you don't know Michael Afton, in the games is usually the protagonist. A lot of people thought he was just going to be, a lot of people thought he was just gonna be Josh Hutcherson's character, Mike Schmidt. However, they decided to, for the movie version, they decided to make Michael Afton a lot like his father. And while I understand that Michael Afton in the games is kind of a jerk as a child, if you know the law, but I guess this is interesting. I mean, I guess this is a way to differentiate him from the Mike Schmidt. So, yeah, I think I don't really mind it. I mean, who knows? He might get redemption arc in the next movie. I mean, God knows William Afton won't. So yeah, and then suddenly here's my favorite part of the movie. So the toy animatronics, but Freddy, Chica, Barney, and Mangle all together try to, kill Vanessa, Mike, and Abby until the OG animatronics arrive. And honestly, this is just such a treat, dog, because I love the original animatronics, so they save Abby and they basically rip apart the toy animatronics. However, they basically end up sacrificing themselves and going on to heaven, which I really love. And then unfortunately, in the end, Mike decides to cut ties with Vanessa because he can't trust her anymore. I mean, she literally keeps so much secrets. I can understand that. And then in the end, the puppet possesses Vanessa. So yeah. By the way, the movie version, the puppet possesses people. That doesn't happen in the games, but it's pretty interesting. I guess that could be similar to demon possession, but it's a puppet isn't really a demon, but I guess it could be an unintentional allegory. So yeah. And of course, in the post-credit scene, we see that Springtrap comes back, and and so that there's gonna be a FNAF 3, and just like the games, he's gonna be the main animatronic antagonist in the third movie. So yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I liked how the toy animatronics look so clean, and I like how they give them voices, which and trust me, I love the OG animatronics more, but I liked how the toy animatronics talk. But yeah, the OG animatronics are 10 times more cooler because they literally KO'd them in the end. There's also, despite the OGs, aside from the OGs and the toys, there's also the withered animatronics. However, they only get like a, a few seconds of screen time, which is kind of disappointed because they seem kind of interesting in the trailer and of course in the games. However, you know, maybe they just wanted to focus on the main story, which is okay. I mean, at least we get to see the OGs, so that's good. Um, Also the puppets animatronic was pretty good. Um, I find she was the scariest animatronic in the film because like, oh gosh, that was scary. If you know it, no. Um. So I think so. Let's talk about. So while I like the movie, I know some other Christians might not like it because they think it's demonic because there are spirits. And while I understand that, it is important to know that the world in the the world in this movie is basically where ghosts exist. It's not saying that you have to trust in spirits and demons. No, it's saying this world ghosts exist and they just possess the animatronics. In fact, just in a moment, we will be reading some verses that apply to the movie. So, hmm, so to so I think the I think the only problem I had with the movie is that it's not that accurate to the FNAF 2 game. Like I don't mind it being a direct sequel instead of a prequel. Like, but I really wish that we got there was a little more time. Like you could have had the Withered animatronics show up more. You could have had more depth with the toy animatronics on Charlotte, and of course with the OG animatronics. Like, but then again, it was a pretty good film. I'll give the rating after we, of course, apply verses to the movies. In the FNAF in the FNAF 2, both the game and the recent film adaptation, the story focuses heavily on the concepts of unresolved trauma, hidden sins coming to light, and the restlessness of the innocent. Here are some Bible verses that align with those themes. So let's go. The exposure of hidden sins. A major theme in the FNAF 2 movie is that the new and improved facade of the pizzeria cannot hide the rot of the past. The withered animatronics literally represent the old sins that haven't been dealt with, while the toy animatronics show that evil can hide behind a shiny, friendly mask. True. It's ironic that how the animatronics that would be considered that the older, more but rotted out animatronics are kind of the good guys, and that however the new shiny ones are the bad guys. It's kind of like how the devil comes in the angel of light. Like like we all know the devil's evil, but sometimes the devil could disguise as something beautiful to hid his inner evil. Luke 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Job 12:22. He reveals the deep things of darkness and brings utter darkness into the light. Numbers 3:23. And be sure your sin will find you out. So yeah, basically this verse is talk about how sin will always be revealed one way or another, just like how William Afton's sins were revealed in the end, or how the toy animatronics were revealed to be the bad guys. So yeah. Then we have the next point, the restlessness of the souls. The animatronics are possessed by children who cannot find peace because the injustice done to them. In the game, characters like the puppet Marionette are constantly seeking to give life or find a way to rest, but they remain trapped in a cycle of vengeance. Isaiah 57:20. But the wicked are like tossing sea which cannot rest, whose waves cast up mire and mud. Psalm 6:6. I am worn out from the groaning all night long. I flood my bed with weeping and drench my couch in tears. Genesis 4:10. The Lord said, What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. This echoes how the blood of the spirits of the missing children cry out for justice within the machines. This actually relates to the first movie where you see that the spirits are pretty restless and were tricked by Afton. And of course, we know the puppet in FNAF 2 was very vengeful, blaming the parents. So that also relates. Then we have justice to the innocent. The puppet's role in the FNAF 2 movie is often seen as a protector of other children, attempting to bring a form of justice or happiest day, that's basically the souls of the kids who go to heaven in the games, to those who were victims. The Bible speaks frequently of the severe consequences of those who harm the vulnerable. Matthew 8:6. If anyone causes one of these little ones to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and be drowned in the depths of the sea. You should tell William Afton that. Psalm 10:17-18. You, Lord, hear the desire of the afflicted, to do justice to the fatherless and the oppressed, so the man who is the earth may strike terror no more. Yeah, so these two verses definitely need to be read by William Afton. I mean, he does seem unrepentant, but who knows? Yeah. 4. The illusion of safety. In FNAF 2, the building is bigger, brighter, and has advanced facial recognition technology, yet the player is less safe than ever. This aligns with the biblical warning of the external improvements cannot fix foundation. 1 Thessalonians 5:3. While people are saying peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly, and they will not escape. Matthew 23:27. Woe to you, hypocrites! You are like the whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside are full of bones and dead and everything unclean. So yeah, those are all the verses we can apply to Five Nights at Freddy's 2. So, with that being said, should Christians watch Five Nights at Freddy's 2? I believe you can. However, it's based on your personal conviction. If the Holy Spirit is telling you no for specific reasons, maybe you had a past with dealing with quote unquote spirits, or maybe you just scared of certain things. That's okay. If you don't like the movie, you don't like the movie. But if you're a Christian that likes the movie and wants to find some good films that relate to the faith, that's alright, watch it. Or if it's just good entertainment, watch it. That's all. I mean, you don't force people to watch it with you if they don't want to, and they shouldn't force you not to watch it. So yeah. Now, I would like to say this. It is important to know that while there are ghosts in the movie and the games, it's important to know that ghosts don't exist in real life, and any spirit you would encounter in real life is either likely a demon, so or like a hoax. So don't do that. But as long if you can distinguish spirits in real life from ghosts in Five Nights at Freddy or any other ghost fiction, I think you'll be alright. So yeah, I'll give this movie a from a entertainment perspective, I would give it a 10 out of 10, and from a Christian perspective, I would give it a an 8 out of 10. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure to comment down in the video below. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I love to know and love to talk to you about it. Anyways, that's all. Goodbye and God bless.